The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
I'm Danny Brewer. Welcome to the Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Las Casas Feed Supply, locally owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, specializing in animal feeds, premium pet foods, farm supplies, and more. I'm extremely pleased now to be joined by Siegel head girls basketball coach Bryan Weakley. Coach Weakley, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Just getting up, getting ready to go work out after this.
All right. So what does our workout regimen consist of? You run, you lift weights, you do both. What do you do?
Try to do a little bit of both. Try to get a mile in every morning, and then depending on the day, today's chest and shoulders. So.
All right. Yeah. So now this is something that I'd heard that. Do you do cardio before or after you lift weights?
I like to do it before just because I want to get it out of the way personally.
Yeah, the cardio is usually not my favorite part of the workout either. Although I'd heard, of course, for me being an old guy, I'm trying to kind of lose a little bit of weight here and there, that the cardio doing it afterwards is better for losing weight. Have you heard that?
I'm sure it is just from, your energy level and everything like that. You're amped up and stuff. So, it probably is a little easier, at the end and burning more calories too.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. And that's, of course, like I said, for an old guy like me, that's what it can be about sometimes, burning calories. So let's talk a little bit about you, Bryan Weakley. This is my first time being interviewing you, so I'm very blessed, happy you're here. Tell me a little bit about yourself and who Bryan Weakley is. Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and then moved to Hendersonville in middle school. Went to Hendersonville High, graduated from Hendersonville, went to Vol State and then Tennessee State University and got a physical education degree. And then my student teaching job at Beach and first year of coaching was under Darren Joins out there. Learned everything you can about the 1-3-1.
Right.
And then moved to Memphis and was at Millington Middle School for 2 years out there coaching basketball. And then at that point, decided to move back to the Middle Tennessee area, and Dawn Barker, had an opening and everything at Stewart's Creek, and did 2 years with her, and Tony Rutland, the Laverne coach, me and the three of us working together, and then from Stewart's Creek, I went to Rockville and coached girls basketball, volleyball, and softball.
All right, outstanding.
Yeah, so then last year I got my first opportunity as a head coach at Forest High School, coaching boys over there. And then this year, I wanted to get back on the girls' side. I coached girls travel ball, so, being on the girls' side is where I felt like I should be and need to be. So when Siegel opened up again, I, took the opportunity to try and get that job. And, I'm thankful that Mr. Creasy and Coach Wine have given me an opportunity.
Outstanding. We'll talk about those two guys here in just a minute, but sounds like you've kind of did a little bit of a tour of Middle Tennessee. Talk about for a second the difference between Stewart's Creek and Forest, because I know that out there in Chapel Hill, a little bit of a different community, good community, good community, but a little bit different when you're going from 4A school to because they're single A, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So talk about
double A.
They're double A now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So going from a school with 2,300 or so kids, you can kind of be unseen at Stewart's Creek, Rockville, Siegel. There's right now at Siegel I do strength and conditioning for cheerleading, so I don't nobody sees me unless you're a cheerleader or a girls basketball player. So it's a different environment to going to Forest last year. I knew every kid in the school by September.
Right.
So it's 7th grade through 12th grade there. So that was definitely a little different for me. I'd never been in a small school setting like that, and just it was interesting for sure.
Yeah, it did kind of a little bit more adding to the resume because there are differences between schools like that.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. Out there, it's the community part of it is big, and everybody knows everybody out there, and so you seem to get a lot of support from within the community in a small community like that. Um, and that's something you try to do at the bigger schools too, but it's within the school. It's not really on the outside of the school as much.
Right, exactly. Where there, anywhere you walk in town, people know you. Hey, look, there's a basketball
Right.
coach. Hey, what's up, Coach Weakley? Hey, how you doing? Uh, let's talk a little bit about Siegel Nation.
Yep.
All right, so there's been a very proud tradition athletically at Siegel, and baseball has been good. Coach Revis, he's top notch. Football's had their days, especially under Coach Wyatt, and stuff like that. Girls basketball has had some good moments. Boys basketball has had some good moments. Talk a little bit about Siegel Nation and being a part of that now for you.
Yeah, that's it's been a lot of fun for me the first 3 or 4 months of being there. Everybody I work with is they're great people. The PE department, we've got some really amazing people in that department, and getting to work with Coach Rigsby and Coach Shutt and Coach Martin, the boys coaches, and getting to see them and talk to them every day. That makes a huge difference for me. And then having Coach Smith, she's our soccer coach. She was coach of the year for soccer this year in girls soccer. So she's one of my assistant coaches, and she's been a big help for me, adjusting and everything. And then Coach Middleton, who he's coached girls basketball, softball. He's kind of been around for a long time, and having him on staff too, he's been a huge help for me. Having kind of an old head in a way, to be able to lean on him and ask him questions. So Siegel's been great. Coach Wyatt, if you ask me, he's one of the best athletic directors I've ever been around. So, Coach Wyatt's been great, and just being able to ask him questions, and he seems to know the answer to a lot of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's smarter than he looks. I don't know what that. Me and Coach Ryan are buddies. Coach Middleton. Let's talk a little bit about him. Sean Middleton, coaching icon. I mean, he's been in Rutherford County for decades, had lots of success. Having a guy like that in your corner has to be maybe a little bit of a security blanket for you.
Yeah, no, he's been through all the ups and downs as well as a coach. So, he's been big in my corner for those days that we're not hitting on all cylinders at all. And he's been there to preach the patience, and kind of help me stay pretty even keel for the most part. And just being able to pick his brain on some things, that's been nice. I got to coach against him in girls basketball and softball while I was at Rockville. So that was that's a lot of fun. I feel like I already kind of had a relationship with him, coaching against him. So he's a fantastic person. He'll do anything you ask of him, and I couldn't ask for a better assistant.
As dedicated a man as you're going to meet, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about what the philosophy is here at Siegel. Offense first. What are we trying to do offensively? The Lady Stars. What are you looking for from them right now, as far as building blocks and things like that?
Right now, it's just a matter of being able to play together, making good crisp passes to each other, being able to feed the basketball to the post. Not over dribbling, understanding, cutting, just like the simple things in basketball, just trying to, get them, to understand certain things, teaching them, what the difference is, between, I don't know, a flare screen, a up screen, a back screen, things like that. Understanding, where to be short corner, what you're looking for from the short corner, just, small things that, we're having to teach, every day in practice. So offensively is just about movement right now, and just seeing what the girls can do, and go from there.
Basic fundamentals, because realistically, at the end of the day, because you've been around the sport for quite a few years, it sounds like, at different localities, but it all boils down to the fundamentals, does it not?
Right. Yeah. Fundamentals. We work on it quite a bit. We do a lot of ball handling and a lot of shooting. For the first, probably 30 to 40 minutes of practice is nothing but ball handling and shooting. And then depending on the day, the last couple of days we've focused more on the defensive side, trying to adjust, rotations and things like that, and getting them to understand where to be, and how to be there, and angles. That's the other thing, is teaching, when the ball goes from the top to the wing, like we're not just running at the ball. You're running at an angle. You're cutting off top shoulder and making sure that they don't get the opportunity to possibly drive baseline or things like that. So that's fundamentals is huge right now for us, and luckily we do have a really young team, so I feel like fundamentals is the most important thing that we can do this year right now, just trying to build a program.
Well, I think that, no matter what age, whether you senior, later, fundamentals is the key to it all. So you mentioned something there that I kind of find intriguing, the geometry of playing defense. That's what you're trying to teach, right? Is the geometry of learning how to play defense.
Yeah, and a lot of it, too, is, not overworking yourself defensively. Understanding where you're supposed to be if you're in man-to-man, guarding one girl, or, if you're in 2-3 zone, is it overload on one side, or who do you have behind you, things like that, and just getting them to understand where to be is the major key point to me in defense, and then communication, that's the other one. We harp on communication quite a bit, and slowly but surely we're slowly starting to get that, but just depends on the day right now.
Oh, well, I think that holds true with any high school program.
Right.
Let's talk about what you got coming up. Got the holidays are coming up, obviously. What's on the horizon, the near horizon for Lady Stars basketball?
Well, we were more top heavy on the front end of the schedule. So we played 2 Hall of Fame games, and then Thanksgiving week we played 4 games that week. The last 2 weeks we've played 3 games, and so yesterday, having a day off yesterday was nice. This coming week we've got Monday at home versus Shelbyville. We've already played them, so that'll be nice to see how we adjust, see what adjustments we can make, and just see how the girls how they handle it and everything, and see if they kind of learn from it, and if they can make the right adjustments too on the floor. And then Tuesday we go to Warren County, and after that we got a couple weeks of kind of off, and we'll get in the gym after Christmas for a little bit, and then the new year comes, so that's what we.
And then you dive into district play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, we certainly appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here this morning. That's Bryan Weakley, head girls basketball coach for the Lady Siegel Stars. Coach, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best luck, and hopefully, certainly, you have some happy holidays.
Appreciate it. Thank
Okay,
you too.
the outstanding, Coach. Appreciate it. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Little Caesars Pizza with 4 Murfreesboro locations: Memorial Boulevard, Warrior Drive, South Rutherford Boulevard, and Old Fort Parkway. Get hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhood